going to have a crack at putting an extra solar panel up on the roof of the caravan. Clean all the gunk right off before we've got the female and the male. So lift this down to seal it. So we've currently got two 160 watt panels up there and two 120 amp hour normal batteries, and inside we've got a 35 watt regulator. So normally on a great day like today, the two panels that are up there would do a good job and the batteries would be charged fairly quickly. We had an occasion when we were down on the river, the Glenelg River, where we had 7 days of overcast, damp weather, and the batteries got that low that I was scared they were going to turn off. And if you know from our previous experience that the batteries go off, even though you've got a gas fridge, it needs 12 volts to keep the ignition system going, and that's not good either. So we were forced to pull out the generator and have that run for a couple of hours just to get the power out. So what we've done here is actually go down to JCar and get a 170 watt panel, which is as close as I could get, make sure it's the right size, and I'll just go through how I put it together. If you don't want to do it yourself and you're in central Victoria, I can recommend the Palms Caravan Repairs. These guys know their stuff and they'll be happy to actually hook one up for your van too. Okay, let's get into it. This is the new polycrystalline solar panel I got from JCar today. With it, I also got two solar extension cords. I've got a male and a female. They actually come with one plug on and no plug there, so I've also got two plugs here, so I can actually make sure I've got enough room to take the cords from the existing solar on the roof across to the other side to where I'm going to put the new one. And I've also bought some of these double adapters, so I'll be able to easily plug them straight in. So double adapters, $21.95. This male and female set here, $12.95, and these guys here, $14.95. And this was actually the actual solar panel was $200. Let's have a look here, $219, but it was actually on special for $174, and it's the perfect size. If you have a look under here, it's got 900mm wires, and yeah, that's it. So you got specs there, but yep, it's going to be fun putting it up on the caravan tomorrow. These are the aluminium brackets I bought. So I just bought a length and then had them cut up, and that's 50mm by 30mm. The profile on the sides of the panels is 35mm, so that I can actually have it, I'll have two, one over there and one here, and that'll make sure that it's actually up off the roof and you've got airflow, which is how you're meant to do it. Before you do any electrical work on your van, disconnect, connect, there's a couple of things you really need to do. Number one is to make sure that the mains power is off. You also need to make sure that your battery regulator is disconnected. So what we do down here is make sure that's off there, and then we take the blacks or reds, these come out. This just makes sure that there's no chance of things sparking and blowing out circuitry. Okay, so we make sure that we've got the female and the male, so we're going to put the male onto this female, making sure that we put this on first. What I normally do is just measure how far that wire has to go in before it's crimped, and so it'd go into about there, and then just cut that around by turning it like that. You can see it's coming through. It's quite stiff. can see it coming out there. Just follow it all the way around. And once you've actually broken that, all you need is your pliers to pull your pliers through and pull the end off. Like that. Just give it a little bit of a twist. Now all you do is place this into here, like that. Push it through as far as you can, and then you just crimp it. Crimp it down like that. Give it a good old hard crimp. And then fold it back. Right. So you've got that on, you make sure that it's the male, and then you push it in. You see these little teeth here will actually click inside, like that. And then all you do is screw that back on like that, and hear it clicking. As tight as you can. And that's it, you've got one male and one female. So you do the same with the black one, which is the male to the female. Just make sure that you don't lose this little washery thing that goes in here, because as you screw this cap on, that actually compresses that down, which is what makes it watertight. So this is the existing panel, and these are the positive and negative doodads here. Just got to work out how to take these off. Oh, there's some clip like that, and like that. So now we've got our double adapters, which are here. And so I'm guessing we want to have two come off this one, so we put this one here. I want two off this one, so we have this one go into here, and we want two coming off this one, so it'll come into here. And then we work out that this one here is the positive, so we'll clean this up a bit, put the positive back into this one, and then we'll get our, not that it makes much difference with these, but we'll just keep them the right colours. We stick the positive onto this one, so it's in, and now the negative, which is this one here, will now come on to our other double adapter, which I've lost. Oh, it's already here. So this one will actually head into here. Make sure it's right in. And then the other negative will go straight into here, like this. Which will then give us two leads that will go over to our new panel. So this will then, I might give this a clean up here also, because it's a bit dirty. There's lots of stuff here. So these two have to go out the back here. probably a good idea to check the silicon and that on the existing one, so it's still pretty good. And now it's a case of just screwing this one back in and then taking those over to the other panel. So this is our new solar panel that I haven't put on yet. And there's the connections from the other side. Let's put them over there for now. Let's have a look underneath. So the positive needs a female. Let's have a look what's under here. So this is where the brackets are going to go. So you just make sure that you clean all the gunk right off before you glue your brackets on. And I'm just using methylated spirits and making sure that everything's nice and clean to make sure the contact is going to be good. So what I'm doing now is actually screwing the brackets on with self-tapping screws, and yeah, it's all happening. So now that I've got the brackets on, what I've done is actually draw around where the actual brackets are going to go, and what I'll do is actually put the glue exactly where it has to go and then lift this down to seal it. So I'll just give it one more last wipe to make sure it's all clean. We'll see how we go. So I'm using Sikaflex 252. It's a high strength structural adhesive sealant, and I believe it's the best stuff for the job. Let's just see if we can get some out. It's pretty hard actually. Know exactly where I need this to go, because I've actually drilled the holes in the brackets. My idea is that it'll actually seep through and then it'll sort of lock both sides together. That's the plan anyway. Oh, this will be interesting. Okay, so that's that done. Now the plan is, if I can, to get rid of the bucket. Put it over here just in case I've got to move something. Now if I move this, slide this along, I can get this drop down right on top. See how that's going to start squirting through here. So I'll put a bit of pressure on that and push it down. Looks pretty good on that side. I've just got to go and make sure I've got it right on the other side. Okay, so this needs to come this way a little bit. Otherwise I won't be able to open the window. So give that a little bit of a push down there. Get those bubbles coming through. Oh, that's pretty good.